Hey YouTube, Electric Adventures here with my channel update for July 2015. Doesn't time fly when we're having fun? Now, sorry for my lack of content this last month, but I have been rather busy, but I'll allude to that later in the video. So first, I normally start the video with my other pickups, which are pickups of items that I don't do gameplays for, and they're usually, modern game system items or just other bits and pieces that I pick up. Now, I didn't actually think I was going to have any games at all this month, but right at the end of the month, I stopped at one of the EB Games stores. There, I suppose, our GameStop over here in Oz, and I went through the second-hand games bins, and they were having. There was one that were all under $10, and then there was another lot that were all half price. So all of these were either $8 and $9, and there was one title that was $12. And I just thought they're great to get to flesh out the. They're all PS3 games, even though I've got a PS4 now. I'm not that much looking out for PS3 games, but all of these games I've always wanted to play. So I thought I'd give them a go. So one of the cheapies was Duke Nukem Forever. It's not in perfect condition, but it's it's playable, and this looks okay. Like the Duke Nukem games back in the day, I know lots of people have said that the game's not that good, but I'm willing to give it a try for under $10. Now, two games, very pleased with getting these for under $10 because I've actually always wanted to play them, but I've never got around to them. They're very highly recommended, and it is Darkness and Darkness 2. And they're fairly old games, so I suppose there's a slight possibility they could come out with an enhanced version for the PS4. And I'm not even sure whether there was a combined edition for the PS3. But for that price, you can't complain. This one's still got a sticker on it because obviously the sticker's been on there for a while. And it's Armored Core 4. Those of you who know me, I do actually have a fondness for mech games. I'm actually quite looking forward to playing that one. Now, I haven't had a chance to play any of these games or even pop them in and test them out, and I'll explain that in a minute. Now, the next game, recommended to me by a friend of mine who used to actually work in this office, and it's Just Cause 2. I've never played Just Cause 1, but it's supposed to be quite a good action game that he enjoyed, and I saw that there and I thought I'd give it a go. And another game, I wanted to play this one before I went and I actually had a copy of number 4 for the PS4, and I thought, well, do I really want to spend that sort of money without playing the previous one? So, Far Cry 3, which has been highly recommended by several people. So play that, see if you like it first, and then maybe get the PS4 version, and more time will go past and it'll probably be cheaper. Now, a little story with that. The day after I bought those, I went to use the PS3, which is my original PS3 FAT, and this slot load drive has stopped working. And I mean, I have an upgraded hard drive, and the hard drive's new. The rest of the unit was pretty old. I took it apart; it was absolutely full and caked of dust, but I can't get the slot load drive working again. So I looked at the price of replacement of those. They're actually not that cheap to get a new slot load drive. So probably what I'll do, not straight away because I've got a few games to play, and we do actually have another PS3 in the other lounge room that the kids use, which is a PS3 Slim, but also upgraded the hard drive on. I'll probably get a second-hand PS3, either a FAT or the middle size one, because you can get those for about $100, $130, and they've got a warranty and they've been reconditioned, and that'll probably do to last out to play out my PS3 games when I want them. And I can take that large, I think it was a 750 gig hard drive that I had in that one, and I can put it into the new machine and it'll be up and running pretty quickly. So that's the plan anyway. No timeline or anything like that, but I don't want to, I have a PS3 library that I'm not going to get rid of, and games that I still need to play, so I'll definitely be getting a unit back. Pardon me. Next item. So, next item includes a book that my second eldest daughter found for me in a specials bin, and it's actually a module for the Babylon 5 role-playing game, the Fiery Trial. I actually have this role-playing game. I've had it for many, many years, and I think she got it for like $5 or something. So I actually collect sci-fi role-playing games. I haven't got any bits for them for a while, so that was really nice of my daughter to get that for me. And I was also at that store where I've picked up a couple of Mega Drive games, Power Mega Drive games, X-Rentals, and I was just browsing through these books and I found this. Got this for $2. So it's X-Wing, Star Wars X-Wing Alliance strategy game, and I have the X-Wing Alliance game, so it's just a nice little thing to go along with the game. So, you know, maybe I should replay the game. There's even there's a CD in the back as well. What is it? New flight camera feature for filming your missions, films of every mission, additional skirmish templates. So it's actually not a bad little thing. Next I got my good friend on YouTube, Mark Vergier, or Lactobacillus Prime, has been playing with Raspberry Pi 2 and various emulators and things, and not that I have the time right now, but I hopefully will shortly, to play one of these. I had a look on the Australian distributor of these, who are called Element 14. So there's an Element 14 in America, but there's an Element 14 in Australia. And I couldn't believe they had a special going, and I couldn't believe the price. So I got one of these with free delivery. So Raspberry Pi 2, I think it was $43, and another $9 for this entry-level case. So I don't want it just sitting around. I haven't actually, you can see I haven't opened the case. Got myself a Raspberry Pi 2. I've got plenty of SD cards I can use with it, but it's got a faster processor than the first one, and it'll be interesting to see whether I can set up an emulation machine and have a bit of a play. Plus also there is a version of Windows 10 that will apparently work on the Raspberry Pi 2. But sorry for the shortcut, little doggy wanted to go outside. Now the next item is a present from he's a guy who has a fair few computers himself. He's an electronics engineer, and has helped me repair a couple of my items on occasion. Or actually, another part of the present he actually bought me. I forgot about that. He actually bought me a proper heated solder sucker. So the trouble with getting solder off things is normally you have to heat with the soldering iron and then use the solder sucker to suck the solder out of the way. But this one, you can apply the heat, because it's, you plug it in, and vacuum, and do it with one hand instead of two. So he brought me that because he knew I was doing more soldering with the repair of the PC Engine Turbo Duo, and he was actually quite impressed with my soldering skills, and he said I was doing it and he wanted to encourage me. And he also brought me these. Now he actually made these, so these are original chips that he has etched, and in some cases, yeah, he etched away the covering so you can see the chips inside. And I'm going to put these in a frame and hang them up on the wall at some stage, but they're in this container. So this first one is a Win chip. Now it's going to be really hard to show you these, but you can see the full surface detail of the chips. What I might do, I'll give you a brief show here, but I might try and take a picture and insert it. This one is 486, and this one I'm not 100% sure. I don't have my reading glasses on, so I'm going to be very stuck. But there's that one's not quite as clear, but you can see the memory banks and the processors on them. It's really cool, and I reckon they'll make a really nice picture display. This one, I'll have to look up the codes. I should have. There's another one there. And they're from all sorts of machines. So we've even got a little TI chip there. It's been ground off. You can't see a lot of detail on that one. And I think there might be a memory stick or something. And this last one, it's a bit faded. they're just a real cool little oddity. So I said I'm going to try and mount them, nice side out. Put little labels under them of what each one is, and make it into a frame so it can hang up on the wall and look nice in the lair. So very, very nice of him giving me those. Sorry, I need to clear my throat then. Okay, next I would like to answer one of the community questions going around. I think I've answered one of Novabug's last month, but they're always good questions. So here's Friday Foursome. He's probably doing them monthly now, so hopefully I'm in time to answer this one. And his one for this month was the 4 most desired gaming items. And others have done this as well, so from the most unobtainable down to attainable. So my very first most unobtainable item was probably a Star Wars arcade machine. I'm sure several other people would like that one as well. That would, if I was going to have an arcade cabinet, a dedicated one, that would be one of the highest ones on my list. And there were actually 2 down here in Tasmania, so you never know. I suppose there is a possibility to get one of those. And my second item would be an actual pinball machine. I do actually like playing pinballs, and there's not a lot of them. Well, I don't get an opportunity to go to many places to play them. At our local picture theatre, where my younger kids have had a couple of parties recently, they've actually got a Star Wars pinball there, and I've actually played it a couple of times each time I've gone there. It's not in the best of condition. There's a couple of things broken on the playfield, but it works, and it's good fun, and I could see myself enjoying a pinball machine. But they're really expensive, and you've got to, if you get a pinball machine, you've got to be committed that you're going to have to repair and maintain and look after them. They're higher maintenance than a video-based one. And number 3, so this is back to more the normal collection sort of thing. For the MSX, I would love either of the Metal Gear Solid games, and they're games for the MSX. Unless I get extremely lucky one day, I'll probably never be able to add to the collection, because they go for well over $400 or $500 each nowadays, if and when copies pop up. I mean, even loose cartridges go for several $100s. So yeah, it would be a lovely one to add to the MSX collection. Of course, my MSX collection's coming along quite nicely, and I'm very proud of it. But I've never been lucky enough to run into one of those games. And 4th, so getting a little bit more realistic, I would actually like a proper racing wheel setup. So this is for one of the modern consoles. We've got steering wheel, accelerator brake, and gear stick, and probably the chair to go along with it as well. Something that would be very difficult for me to get, because although I've got a bit of space out here, I don't have any modern consoles here, and it's something that I would be very unlikely to be able to set up in the house. So we do have a reasonable sized house, but we are a family of 6, so yes, space is a premium, and I'm the only guy, so get outvoted quite a lot. So there's my answers to the Friday Foursome. Go check out Novabug's channel. I'll put a link to his original video down below, and put your answer in before it's too late. Now, don't want to do Novabug every time, so I'll sneak in another one here for JL76. His 300 subs competition. Doesn't matter about the prize, it's just answering the questions to send some viewers his way, and also to have a bit of fun answering the questions. He does some of his videos in character and things like that. So he asked 3 questions, each of which have 3 you've got to get 3 answers to. So his first one was your 3 favourite types of grog. I don't actually drink that much alcohol, so on a daily basis I do like a nice cup of tea. There we go. But going back to the grog side of things, probably my favourite beer would be a Boag's Premium, although I do quite like a pint of Guinness, and we actually have a lot of Irish pubs down here in Tasmania, and we have some very nice Guinness indeed. And if I want to sneak in a 4th one, I do like a Scotch as well, but it has to be a good Scotch. My answer for that I'll make up with the fact that the next question is your 3 favourite pirate games, or games featuring pirates. I actually have hardly played any pirate games. I do remember Sid Meier's Pirates back in the day, so I'll name that one, but I probably played it for a very short period of time. And about the only other one are the Lego Pirates of the Caribbean games, which several other people have listed because they couldn't think of any pirate games. So I'm going to have to bid out on that one a little bit. Okay, now 3 pieces of treasure. So what he was referring to are 3 pieces in your collection that you got for next to nothing or nothing that you're really proud of in your collection. Well, all 3 of the things I'm going to list here were given to me by other YouTubers. And I'll start with the one that I am always blown away that a person decided to send this to me, and it was an entire MSX computer all the way from the UK, so the freight cost a fortune, from Big Zarg in the UK, and it's a Yamaha CX 5M, isn't it? Yes, 5M music computer, and the keyboard that came with it as well. I can't hold that up, it's actually quite long and large. This machine sits to the left of me just here. It is a very nice computer, very well built, and Yamaha were very big supporters of the MSX back in the day, and probably got MSX into more places around the world than some of the other makers, so a very important part of MSX history, so that means a lot to me as well. Now, next, and there are 2 items. Once again, one of the items is large, and I'm not going to get it down from where it's stored just to show you, but most impressively is Space Mambo soundtrack. So the Space Mambo for MSX, which is a Konami shoot 'em up that was only brought out for the MSX, which makes it very special indeed. It is a very good shoot 'em up in itself. And Soft Otaku in Japan found another copy, he's got one of these for himself, of Space Mambo music CD, and it's excellent. I really, really like it. The music from the game is brilliant. I did do a video on this. I'm not sure whether I played any of it, because as soon as you do that sort of thing you get a copyright strike. But as well as this, at the same time, he sent me a almost like fresh in box Sony MSX printer. Once again, all the way from Japan, and a lot of money in freight, so went above and beyond, and I am totally blown away and appreciative of this gift, so it's one of my favourite items. And the next item I'm going to hold up is representative of the things that my friend Mark Vigia and Lactobacillus Prime has sent me. He has sent me many great items, and this is one of the more recent ones, is a Philips music module, and it's got a few more details on the back. I mean, Mark has sent me games, he sent me things like a mini arcade for the iPhone. He sent me a Sunrise compact flash interface for the MSX, a whole box of Mega Drive games recently. So yeah, he sent me lots of things. He's a good mate and friend. I try and send him stuff when I can, and yeah, so I'll put links to all 3 of those channels down below. Now, Big Zarg doesn't post a lot of videos. He's mostly into his model trains nowadays, but model trains is good too. So, and actually, speaking of that, there's a model train expo here next weekend. I'll see if I can capture some footage. Lots of kids there. We have rules about videoing kids without permission. So I may be able to just capture some photos and do a slideshow thing. That's my plan, to go to that. Things change in this family, but I would like to go because I haven't been for a couple of years. They have it every year, and they have a train museum down here, which is very impressive. So for those of you interested, I'll put up a little snippet on that when I get time. Alright, so that's all of those questions done. A very interesting set of questions, which is why I decided to have a go at them. Check out JL76 Gaming. He's only got 300 and something subs, so deserves more. Go and check him out. Alright, next I'm going to talk about the Game On Expo that's going to be held in Arizona on the starting on the 28th of August at the Mesa Convention Center. I hope I'm saying that correctly. It's going to have a lot of great YouTubers there. Pat the NES Punk, the Game Chasers Billy and Jay, Retro Liberty, the Gaming Historian Norm, Keith Robertson from Intellivision, and also the entire team, well, most of the team from CollectorVision, who are the guys that released my homebrew game for the Coleco. And as I've been hinting at in my last few videos, I've been working on a game for the NES that is going to be the game for the championships that are going to be held at the Game On Expo at the end of the month. So I'll show a bit more video that shows a bit more of the game up in the corner while I'm speaking about this. And the game's almost finished. It'll be going off to be actually put on physical cartridges, and the cartridge shells arrived at CollectorVision earlier today. They actually posted on Facebook that they got their cartridge shells. There will be 200 numbered copies of the cartridge that you can buy at the expo. The winner of the competition will win a gold cart, and there will be another gold cart put up for auction as well for charity. So, and it looks like a great event. I unfortunately cannot come over to the US. I'll try next year, but obviously family commitments, it's a long way and I just can't afford it at the moment. But I've really enjoyed putting the game together, learning a new machine, its tricks and traps. The NES/Famicom is a great little piece of hardware, but it does have its limits. And I've had fun discovering those and making, hopefully, so I've pretty much written 3 games here to put this cartridge together. So appreciate it, and I look forward to seeing some videos from the convention of various people having a go at the game. I mean, I can't physically go over there and sign anything, but I might arrange some certificates that can be mailed out to people or something like that. I'll talk about that with the CollectorVision guys, and we'll work it out. So I hope everybody enjoys my efforts. Now, because I've now learnt the NES architecture, and it's been good fun, I'm going to convert some of my Electric Adventures games from back in the day, and some of the ones I was working on, to the Nintendo. So look forward to more games for the Nintendo from CollectorVision in the near future. Now that they've got a cartridge mould, it really makes it a lot easier to produce titles for the Nintendo. Right, coming up, I really want to do a room tour video, but I've still got some mess to tidy up, so I thought before that I'll probably put together a trade and sale video. So I've got a few duplicates and things like that. I'm terrible at actually listing anything on eBay. I virtually sell nothing, I keep everything. But I don't need duplicates, if you know what I mean. So I've got a whole lot of duplicates and games where I've traded up, upgraded a label and things like that. There's nothing wrong with them. Or I've just bought in lots and I've got some doubles. So I'll be doing a trade and sale video. I do live in a bit of a postage black hole, so yeah, just depends on what people are interested in, things like that. Willing to trade for, I'm still missing items from my Master System collection. Of course, if anybody actually has any MSX games they want to trade, and there are various other items that I'll look at doing a trade, but otherwise, yes, you can put in offers and make a sale. I'll try and put that together in the next week, because I really want to get this place tidied up a bit further so I can do a room tour, because I haven't done one for a while. I also picked up another retro computer. It's sitting over here. I'm not going to give you any teasers. I've actually done some video. I just need to do a bit more video of me, using the machine and showing you what it can do. And then I'll put that together and release that. Also, the next one of my A to Z of my MSX collection will be coming out soon. Once again, delayed because I've been so busy working on the NES game. I have hardly even played any games, but I'm a programmer, and programming gives me, pleasure more so over actually playing games sometimes. So I've been having lots of fun, and I haven't forgotten about Let's Make a Retro Game. But as a bonus, when it starts to come back, I'm going to introduce the NES as another platform that the target game will come out for, and we'll be, producing it together. So hopefully my ramble here hasn't gone on too long, and I will try and put out more videos this month. I have had some pickups arrive, but I haven't even had time to play them. So I recorded the unboxing bits, and when I get to it, I'll play the games and release those videos during the month. So hope everybody out there had a great month, and I look forward to watching your videos. Thanks to all my subscribers. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you next time.